And that baby, nothing to else or Chihuta.
Chihuta. Chaneta pataundi Chihuta. Apa huku ya shaiswa raundi Chihuta. Ndochi kudiwa paki raundi Chihuta. Chazo itafabi kunge paundi Chihuta. Chaneta pataundi Chihuta.
We ain't got it. Bro. We ain't got it. Don't spend no money. Ain't got no clothes. Ain't got no cars. Ain't got no hoes. We broke.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You're now listening. 1, 2. Bro. We ain't got it. We broke.
This is me talking. It's Danny, that guy in the building. Yes, sire. I'm gonna do the nursery rhyme again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. Mother says it serves you right because you didn't hold it tight. I think there's some lines that come after that.
You didn't hold your pinky finger tight.
No, you didn't hold the fish alive tight. Anyway,
this is a disturbing rhyme.
This is Two Broke Twimbos. We back again with a fresh new episode. It's just Phil and I. My name's Danny, that guy, aka Danny, aka the only guy, aka your girlfriend probably pities me, aka done more. When you look inside my wallet, it's more like done less.
That's right. And he's here with one and only, the unmistakable, the irrefutable, the unquestionable, the infallible Phil Chard, aka Phil Laws, the big boss, baby, aka
Pizza P,
aka Filthy Phil, aka Sexington Lovu, aka Shamari, Ditengero Drink, and of course DJ Mkarat. And guess what, Dan? I'm back!
So, actually, I met someone who this is like, they literally saw me. I was like, Danny. Asambeni Mashatini.
Where was this?
I can't even remember. Some event somewhere.
Did I tell you? I told you the story, huh? So, where was it? It was at Sneaker Exchange in Joburg. So this is like 3 weeks ago. There was a sneaker exchange, an event like, obviously people come to sell sneakers, show their sneakers. There was a live performance there. And I meet this dude and he speaks to me, Dip. It's like, I'm like, yeah. He's like, confess what Ubi. It's like, oh, yo, confess I'm kind of there. I'm like, what you know? So like, like when you meet someone and you don't know them, but you don't want to be rude and say, I don't know who you are. So I'm pretending to act like I know the dude. And
he's probably listening. You know this, right?
Yeah. So he's gonna hear it. So I'm trying to put it together. Like, where did I know this guy from? I was like, hey, podcast. I'm like, oh, it's like, yeah. It's like a funny episode next week. And I was like, yeah, of course. I was like, I know, dope. There's
people listening, bruh. There's people listening.
Funny enough, then, the next week at Back to the City, in a crowd of 25,000 people, I see the dude again. So yeah, shout out to everyone out there listening to the podcast, man. We love and appreciate you guys.
I gotta tell you, like, we're never 100% sure. Like, the numbers are there on the website and whatever, but you never really know until you meet someone who tells you, yo, that episode was hilarious. I had someone who told me.
Someone who told you.
Yeah, someone who told me that they really liked the last award-win Fallout episode we did. I was like, really? Like, that episode came in the middle of like some of our biggest episodes ever. And that's the one you picked out. I was like,
no, I think what the fans are saying is they don't care about these interviews. They don't care about these celebs. To them, we are the celebs. We are the stars,
Which is not, that's not wrong, eh?
No. And we're listening to you guys. Who are we to dictate what you prefer? So going forward, no more interviews. We're just going to be rambling.
No. We got to give these guys an opportunity to ask for our autograph. I could see it in Japre's eyes. Like, he really wanted to ask me for an autograph, but I think he was shy, so he didn't.
When I was hanging with Deleuze, he was clearly awestruck, by my presence and my general demeanor. When I went back to his home, to hang with him and his friends, it was I felt very uncomfortable because they were just looking at me,
They were probably wondering is he the one who brought the pizza? I don't know.
No, exactly. But no, shout out to Deleuze, shout out to Spuda. For those of you that don't know, Spuda is Deleuze's manager / A&R. He's very famous for always being name dropped in songs when references to weed. For example, AKA mentions him on Composure, and he says, "Shout out to Spuda, smoking Buja in Abuja." No, smoking Buddha in Abuja. Pardon me. And of course, with Deleuze on 6 a.m. refers to him as me and Spuda smoking up the Uber. So
I feel like he's just putting words that sound like Spuda.
Indeed. But when I was at his home, guess what Spuda started doing? Started rolling up a little bit of the Buddha. So, he stays true to form.
I don't know if you really want to be like snitching on a public platform.
Yeah, it's not really a secret.
I'm just saying, if I was a rapper and my manager was Spuda, I'd probably throw that in a line somewhere. Shout out to Spuda, rolling up that scuba. I don't know, just anything that rhymes, really.
I got it. Shout out to Spuda. Let's go swim in scuba in Aruba.
What's Aruba?
Aruba's a holiday resort, Dan. Stay focused.
All right, anyway, we back with your new episode. We got a couple of things that have been weighing heavily on our minds. First of all, I want to tell you a little story, Phil.
Oh, God.
So a couple of years ago, a friend of mine who was trying very hard to class me up. Clearly, she didn't know me very well. She asked me and another friend of mine, she was like, listen, I want us to be a bit more classy than we are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So let's set a date where we go for a proper full-on, like, dinner experience. Like, we're going to dress up. We're going to go to the fanciest restaurant we can find. And we're going to make a whole big deal out of it. So I was like, what do you mean? Do you mean like Nando's or... She's like, no, like a real fancy restaurant. I was like, Steers? Anyway, so it turns out we saved up for like 6 months. Mm-hmm. And then we went to this restaurant called Emmanuel's, which is very fancy. Mm. And when I got to this restaurant...
Emmanuel, like the show that used to come on ETV?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
On Friday after midnight?
What is that?
I don't know. Some might say family-themed entertainment.
Never heard of it.
Light-hearted.
Ahem. Anyway... So, we went to this restaurant and I was given a menu. Mm-hmm. This menu, we had a full 3-course meal. By the way, the entire meal for the 3 of us cost like almost $200. So, yeah. Anyway, we went all out, man. We bought a bottle of wine and we had to do the dishes afterwards. Then we ordered some food and I got a large plate with a tiny dollop of something seafoodish in the middle of the plate, mm-hmm. which was our starter.
Of course.
I didn't really taste it because it was so little, it got stuck in my teeth. Mm. And the entree that I ordered.
The what now?
The sadza, all right. The sadza that I ordered was quail.
Oh.
Yes.
Chihuta.
Okay. Indeed. So I ordered that.
Uh-huh.
It was adequate. It wasn't amazing. Mm-hmm. Or shall I say adequate?
Oh, Dan, you quail me.
I know. It's quality jokes just everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, that was the beginning of my long and fruitful relationship with Chihuta.
I actually got a funny story. So I used to get I still do. I get my haircut at he and she Baba's opposite Karigamombe. Shout out to them. So I'm in there and I'm waiting for my barber to finish up, and he's one of the best barbers there. So like all the other barbers are sitting on the bench like reading newspapers and talking. So at the time, you guys know my Shona is not the best.
Just putting it lightly.
Dan, you really want to say something? We heard the Japraiser episode. It was painful. So this guy one of the barbers is talking to me and he's like, farming and livestock rearing kumbanuza kuchaga mari chichi saka ndine zvihuta. So I'm like, okay, zvihuta ichi.
You had no idea what that was. Yeah.
So he's trying to explain. He's like, zvihuta, how is this zvihuta here? Query bed. So I'm like, what?
As in Larry or
query bed? So I'm literally looking at this bed like, a query bed? Like, no, query bed. So I literally pulled out my phone and I Googled query bed. And then he's like, no, I was in the small beds and I'm like my spotted feather. Oh, you mean a quail bird?
Why would you even say quail bird? Come on, man.
No, I'm trying to transpose what you're saying. Like, query bed is quail.
Anyway, imagine my consternation My bamboozlement.
Bewilderment.
My mental struggle.
Befuddlement.
Exactly. When I woke up one morning and I opened my WhatsApp,
Derision.
it was just full.
Of quail chain
Not
messages.
even. I didn't know what it was. I just saw it full of Chihuta and zvihuta jokes. So I was very confused. Until I saw someone who had transposed zvihuta or Chihuta instead of grouse on a picture of a famous grouse bottle. So it said the famous Chihuta. It's like, wait, so Chihuta is a grouse. I had to actually do like some like actual detective work, because then I also saw someone who had taken the chicken slice logo and replaced it with Chihuta slice.
Speaking of, chicken slice have to have the worst advertising in the country. What the hell goes on with their marketing department?
They have Japreza playing the drums with drumsticks.
And then it's like, I like to play my drumsticks, and they cancel out drumsticks, and it says chicken. I'm like, what the hell? Like, these ads make no sense. And they got 2-minute ads that play in the shop.
Okay. I think just so that anyone who may be confused, because I was confused for the longest until someone explained to me. Apparently a lot of people in Zimbabwe were farming zvihuta or quail and selling them as a cheap protein alternative.
They are a delicacy.
Yeah, and they're meant to be a delicacy, but apparently they become if you can't afford chicken, get quail. And apparently the eggs were also highly prized. And the government put in some restrictions on farming zvihuta. In fact, you need to have a license, and it's quite stringent restrictions. Not everyone can get that license.
So it's quailance.
Anyway, so
are you qualified to raise these birds?
Anyway, so I don't know why it became funny. I literally to this day don't understand why it's funny. Like, okay, that happened, so now you make jokes. Anyway,
Do you know what my theory is? My theory has always been Zimbabweans. We are very passive
Unemployed?
aggressive. That is true. We are very unemployed, as I can attest. But we are also a very passive aggressive, a very repressed emotion type of people. You know, we don't deal with things out in the open. We're also very scared to express our feelings for various reasons, as I'm sure we understand being Zimbabwean people. So, sandwiched in between the whole quail debacle, there was the Bond Queen announcement. So people are stressed. They're worried about their bond coins. They're going to the ATM.
bond notes,
Whatever they are. They can be bond toilet papers. I really don't give a damn right now.
which is probably what they're going to be.
Because they are worthless in any way, shape or form. You go to the ATM. ATM has no cash. You go to the supermarket. You can only cash back if you do purchase $50 or $30, and they can only give you a certain amount of cash back. So you're stressed. You're worried. You can't get hold of them. The little money that you do have, you can't get hold of it. And then you're in a dark abyss, stressed about life, wondering how will you pay the bills.
And all of a sudden you have amazing Photoshop skills.
And you see the light at the end of the tunnel. It is a news announcement in the shape of a quail. You know what I mean? I think Zimbabweans have just been seeing what's going on in the world. There's a lot of memes popping off. Like, every country has its memes. And we're like, as Zimbabweans, what are our memes? Besides Tejara, you know what I mean? Shout out to ZBC. Did you see that?
And a certain government official tripping. What? Don't look at me like that. What? Well, who are you thinking of?
At this point, I'd like to distance myself from anything Denise Dube has said now.
What are you talking
in the
about,
past
dog?
or in the future. I don't know anything about what, who. I have no idea what you're talking about. Moving on.
I'm just saying people made memes. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never, no.
I immediately deleted them and blocked the dissidents who did that.
I don't know nothing about no memes.
Anyway, so yeah, apparently quail is our national bird now, and I still don't get it. But go ahead. Just if you send me any more jokes, I'm blocking you. I played a song on radio with Kendrick Lamar on it, and 2 messages came in as I was playing it that said, "You know what, Kendrick Lamar, Chihuta chemun." It made me very angry. Kendrick is not a quail. Hashtag Kendrick is not a quail. Anyway.
Yeah. Is that going to be the new phrase for babes? Baby. I want to Chihuta chai, baby.
Auna zvihuta ere. Tokunoenda tiri team yezvihuta.
Mama drumstick. Kabatana.
Anyway, so I think let's move on from this sad, depressing topic of people making jokes about quail. Which, by the way, is a delicacy in other countries. I don't understand why we're disrespecting it here.
Moving on to a more depressing topic, really. As we record this, there's earlier today, rather, there was a debate raging in Parliament about private lounge.
What is that?
Well, then, is that place I picked you up from last week when you had passed out?
I've never stepped foot in a place called private lounge. It sounds shady. Do they deal in illegal things like cheeses that are expired?
No, I think it's literally a place that sells rare sofas.
Private lounge. Oh, I see why they would name it that.
Yeah. So, funny enough, seriously, I've never been there. I've heard stories, but I've never been there. But apparently, it is a gentleman's club, to put it mildly. It is a venue where Bev plies her wares, if you will.
Okay, I'm going to drop the innocent act here. I've also heard of it. I've never been, mostly because I'm scared. And what if someone sees me? However, what I've been told is that it is rather much better quality than you would think.
That's what I've heard as well, from reliable sources. Obviously not myself.
Anyway, to see such a blight removed from our society is truly something to be lauded. And
No! Private lounge must stay. It's providing an invaluable service to the community. It's employing women.
It is creating a channel in which women can be objectified.
They are choosing to be objectified.
Well, it's because they feel, what's the right word, cornered.
There's a 2 doors at the venue. So how are they cornered?
Well, no, I mean, if you're broke, I mean, you may end up doing things that you may not really want to do. But
so you're saying instead of allowing them to earn money in whatever manner they choose to do so, despite what your opinions on it are, you'd rather they be unemployed and not feed themselves?
No, well, I'm just saying. I mean, it's demeaning.
They're choosing to do it.
Well, they're obviously choosing to do it because they have no other choice.
If they don't, someone else will. So either way.
Anyway, look, I don't want to. I just feel like, P.S. by the way, I really don't hope it doesn't get closed.
Yeah.
But
save private lounge, guys. We're starting a campaign.
No. Down with private lounge.
Protect private lounge. That's the hashtag. Protect private lounge.
Please,
guys,
keep it open.
If you're listening to this podcast, show your support. Tweet me at PhilChad with the hashtag Protect Private Lounge. We need to show our politicians that we will not bend to their will. We will not be broken. Solidarity, my brothers.
Hashtag this flag.
Hey. Don't co-opt my movement. But the pastor's gaining some momentum.
I know nothing.
Okay, guys, at this point...
A man has no name.
At this juncture in the conversation, we need to recuse Dan from this section for obvious reasons. He's flying a little close to the fire, if you will.
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, this flag it's doing a lot. So yeah, if you guys don't know what this flag is, Pastor Evan, it's Mawandire, right?
Don't even know who you're referring to.
Jeez, no, I actually should know this. I really should know this. Let me Google him right now.
The only pasta I acknowledge is
Chris?
macaroni. That one's only past I acknowledge. I think it's Mawarire.
Yeah, it is Mawarire. No, yeah, Mawarire. There we go. Yes, Pastor Evan Mawarire. Oh, excuse me. I am dyslexic, so sometimes I mix up surnames. He started a movement around Independence Day. He was basically frustrated with the things that are going on in the country, and he went to Facebook and WhatsApp.
Country's great.
Like the fact that for me to earn any form of living, I have to go to South Africa for 2 months and kiss ass.
You being lazy, honestly. I mean, there's youth initiatives that have been put in place for your benefit.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is very true. Let me holler at Lumumba for a loan. Oh wait. Anyway, basically the pastor was frustrated with what was going on in the country, and he started a movement on social media, basically saying we're having a silent protest, guys. We want to show our leaders that we are stressed and unhappy with the situation in the country. We can't feed ourselves. The economy is crumbling, corruption, etc., etc. So just wear your flags around your neck throughout the day. It was initially supposed to be 7 days. Then he's now extended it. And it continues to grow by the day. And obviously this groundswell movement caught the attention of a professor, if you will, who then also tried to co-opt and remix the movement and pin this flag on the West, as he put it. Obviously, Zimbabweans on the Twitter and the Facebook were not too happy about that, because it implied that they had no opinions of their own and they could only be angry with the government if they were encouraged to do so by outside forces. He was then interviewed on ZiFM. Okay, interview is a strong word. I like to consider it was more of a bar room discussion. You know what I mean? you know
the beginning of a WWE wrestling match,
something like that. Like it's like 1 a.m.
I would just like to say that as the fair and considerate radio station that ZiFM is proved itself to be. It again tackled the issues that are affecting Zimbabweans as a whole, and they brought on this man here to this young man to to share his thoughts and opinions, and it's what we do at ZiFM, eh?
Yeah. At this point, I just like to remind everyone that Dan is a paid employee of ZiFM.
Yeah, it's we really pride ourselves in our ability to tackle the issues at hand. I mean, which other radio station would even consider having that discussion live on air?
That is true. You literally have to be living under a rock if you don't know what we're talking about. Head on over to the ZiFM SoundCloud page. You will see it. I remember I went to bed last night at around 2 a.m.
You're lying, Phil.
And I was listening to it just before I went to bed, and it was on 5,000 plays within 4 hours. So I'm pretty sure that interview has surpassed what any local rapper has ever achieved on SoundCloud ever.
This morning it was on 27,000 plays. I don't know what it is on now, but I never heard it on the show last night. I heard it this morning. But when I logged onto my Twitter, I saw a lot of people complaining, hey, ZiFM has taken it off the SoundCloud. So I was worried because I was like, why would we do that?
And I went to check. I saw it was still there.
It was still there. So maybe it just gone down for a bit or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I did notice, which was very interesting, was that of all the interviews you guys uploaded, that was the only one with that had the downloads enabled.
Really? Oh,
interesting. So what I found curious, and at this point I'd like to let the powers that be that may be listening is Dennis Dube, as my friend and roommate, has not shared any confidential information with regards to the intra-office operations and workings of ZiFM. He is a astute and respectable employee who takes the code of conduct seriously.
What are you about to say?
I'm about to sell you down the river, so I'm just trying to soften the blow.
What are you talking about? What?
I'm playing. Basically, I saw a lot of people insulting Ruvi, saying that she's a terrible journalist, that she was horrible in the interview, she clearly had an agenda. And I was sitting back like, did you guys listen to the same interview that I listened to? Because
To be fair, there were more people who praised her for the interview than those that.
but there's a certain pocket, especially
Yeah.
on Zim Twitter, and we know that there's a certain pocket that, and from my estimation, it's a bunch of people that some of them actually might have a legitimate gripe with the way Ruvi might have handled previous interviews, and they're letting those feelings and those preconceived notions taint whatever she does and they can't look at things objectively anymore. And I was actually having discussions with a few people on Twitter and via DM, like, guys, seriously stop and think about it. What agenda is she pushing? Because she produces the show. Am I correct, Dan? Does she produce her own show?
Yes.
So she books the interviewers.
Yes.
Right? The interviewees, rather.
Correct.
So, that being said, why would she then book someone who, she booked someone, and by the mere fact of putting him on radio, she's given his movement a platform and amplified it to an audience that might not know about it already. So, by that very definition, it shows that she does not have a quote-unquote agenda. She's reporting on what's trending with the youth. If this movement is gaining traction on social media, she's now giving him a platform to explain what exactly his agenda is to those that might not know about it, to those that have questions.
Okay. I'm going to try to speak very objectively here. Obviously, as you all know, I work at ZiFM, so...
Do we, Dan? Do we?
Yeah, so I mean, just put that aside for a second. Okay. So here's this very controversial discussion that's going on. It's very deeply rooted in politics, a topic that I try to stay away from. But here's this conversation that's going on. Now, Ruvheneko obviously wants to have an interview. And she also, if you'll notice, the majority of all the interviews she's ever had on this program called The Platform has been a debate. The platform is actually, in most cases, a debate. It's not a situation where, okay, tell us your story. No, it's a debate. So in most cases, she will almost always bring in someone with an opposing view, which is fair. I mean, everyone has the right to have their own view, however you feel about it. And so she brought on Mr. Mawarire, right? And he's speaking about this flag. And she also brought on this
Young man.
political analyst.
That's a loose term.
who had opposing views, and now as to what he analyzes and so on and so on, I don't know. I mean, I can't speak on that.
Wait. I have an idea.
Yes.
I have an idea. Cow emoji, then that other brown emoji that smiles.
Anyway, so I mean, I listened to it, and everyone is speaking about, well, not everyone, because I said like the majority of tweets I saw actually were praising Ruvheneko for that interview, which was way different to the previous week, where the majority of people
No, that one was a debacle.
were very upset with Ruvheneko. But anyway, look, I mean,
Mona Lisa, go.
she's not, I think, okay, in all honesty, obviously she's not perfect. Sometimes she's going to mess up. Sometimes personal guans will come into the situation. And sometimes, by the nature of who she is, there'll also obviously be sometimes a conflict of interest, or sometimes a viewpoint that's not everyone else's viewpoint. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. But over and above everything else, who else is handling that kind of content in a public platform to the level that she's doing? No one comes even close to public interviews, to discussions on trending issues, even if it's politics. No one comes close to Ruvheneko. She's far in front of everyone. So you can have your complaints. Fair enough. Everyone deserves criticism. That's cool. But I was very upset today when I was going through Twitter and I was seeing a lot of people without even making any reference to the interview. They were just like throwing on statements about blah, 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 your dad, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, but I mean, she handled the interview well, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the problem is, there's two big issues that I find, in Twitter in general. There's always the groupthink. So people they'll wait for someone to tell them what to feel, and then the moment they have that implanted, they go full steam ahead. Yes, that's how I feel. That's my notion. No matter what evidence you put in front of them to prove them wrong, they won't listen. And the second thing is, people already have their opinion about you, and they won't allow whatever you do to change that opinion, they do not look at things in isolation or objectively. They always paint whatever they think of you with a very broad brush. So, for example, people were talking about how Ruvie was clearly trying to distract from the movement or make the pastor look less credible, or she was favoring that other dude, the young man.
Tawanda,
with these-
Tafadzwa Masara. Yeah.
With the Isuzu, that young man.
Yes, with the pickup.
Who had the eloquent line about Mr. Bean. Wow.
I have no comment.
So, and I'm reading their tweets, and I'm like, did you guys listen to the interview? Because as we discussed, Ruvie produces the show. So Ruvie booked the guy. Ruvie screens the calls and the messages that she reads out on air. And she read out the majority, I think with the exception of one message, all of them were in favor of the pastor, or in favor of the movement, or airing the grievances that the people had. There was only one that said, okay, pastor, you've raised your issue, but what are the solutions? Why aren't you giving us solutions? To which the pastor responded, it's not my responsibility to give you solutions. Politicians have been elected into positions of power on the basis that they can solve the problems because they are qualified to do that.
Also, she basically was asking the question, not in terms of pushing the agenda, but basically asking a question that had been raised.
Exactly. She was moderating as she was supposed to do. And she was doing a damn good job, because to the pastor's discredit, the person with the opposing view is supposed to ruffle your feathers and get you off topic. It is your job to ignore their tactics, stay calm, stay focused on your message, and stick to it. Within 10 minutes, the pastor had already gone off course, and Ruvie was trying to bring him back in and say, Pastor, don't get involved in silly arguments with this guy about what car you drive or potholes or this and the like. Stay focused on your issue. But he was getting detracted by that.
Yeah. And anyway, I mean, it is actually good practice, I think, for that kind of show to have an opposing view. It's an hour-long show. It's not a show for you to be lectured. It's a show for debate. So, yes, she had someone with an opposing view. The majority, I would say, of people I've seen disagree with the person with the opposing view. Fair enough.
But let's be honest.
But there needs to be someone with an opposing view.
In terms of bringing the dumbest opposing view possible, that was... oh, God.
No comment.
No.
Anyway,
What a dumbass.
I think
Jesus.
I think it's great that these kind of conversations can be had, man. That's dope. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what. I legit see Ruvheneko in a couple of years being like a huge name, whether in terms of news, journalism, talk show, whatever it is.
The fact of the matter, if we're being honest, the problem is Zimbabwe is such a very... it's a discussion we had before, but especially when it comes to media and entertainment, the systems in Zimbabwe are so archaic and so limited that it really doesn't help people like Ruvheneko even. But that being said, if we're going by the numbers, Ruvheneko is probably the biggest interviewer, host in the outside of Maichi Samba.
Yeah,
but Maichi Samba is a totally different demographic in terms of people under 35. Who else is on radio? Who else is on TV? Who else can command the social media interest? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who else is doing these hosting gigs?
And growing. Like, I think it's actually an advantage to her that she has the family ties she has, because how else do you... I mean, the situation that we're in, I mean, she's had very high-profile interviews with people on both sides of the political landscape and been, for lack of a better word, okay, no. I've just remembered that she's my boss. Being very Paul in terms of being like very hard, very rough, very hard talk, very... So not many people can do that, and I think it's an advantage for her that she can. So.
Yeah. I mean, who else is telling Mona Lisa to call the dude at 6 p.m.? Who? Who? Ha! I'll tell you who.
Tell us about Meatbox.
Yeah. We want to know about your Meatbox, AC. What is going on in your Meatbox?
Well, anyway, no, I mean, it's dope.
Meatbox.
It's dope that such discussions can happen. And I remember I checked on my Twitter and my trending page when I opened the search told me that that show had close to 10,000 tweets about it, or the content, the topic of the show. So,
Yes, so she's moving the needle, as we say in the social media sphere.
we're getting a bit of trending. So that's, even Twitter's noticing and counting. So good stuff.
All right, okay. Now moving right along.
Let's talk about lighter things in terms of, like you did say that, who under 35 hard-hitting interviews. I mean, ourselves feel like, we're putting together some,
I mean, as far as I know, Ruby doesn't have an award.
I think she does.
Does she?
Several.
Really?
Yeah, radio, MC.
Damn it.
Journalism awards.
Is it?
Yeah, yes. However, I don't think she has an interview with Dalez.
She does not.
Doesn't have one with Casper either.
Nope.
Doesn't have an interview with AKA.
Nope.
She may have one with Ja Praiser.
Possibly.
But I don't think she has one with Gatsby Warrior.
Nope.
All things that we currently have.
Yeah, I mean, we're sitting on a proverbial gold mine. I really think no, let's not lie. Are we not the biggest podcast in Zimbabwe?
We are. I say that very confidently. We are the biggest podcast in Zimbabwe. I still haven't been able to accrue sponsorship, despite spreading that message to.
Yeah, well, when we got into new media, we knew what we were in for then. So yeah, it's the long road.
Speaking of new media, Zol does provide you with
God.
the option to have fiber to your home for as little as $29 a month. Fibronics Lite is the latest package that Zol offers, and it gives you the speed and stability of fiber internet to your home without having to worry too much about payment. $29 per month, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. That gives you 15 gigabytes per month. And also want to mention that the fiber offered by Zol is symmetrical, which means your upload and download speeds are the same, up to 10 megabits per second. And that's very impressive speeds. It's stable. It doesn't depend on the weather, whether it's cloudy or not. You can have really fast internet from Zol, Zimbabwe's premier internet service provider. Go to www.zol.co.zw to get yourself signed up to this amazing package. There are several other packages available, and I'd just like to, give a huge shout out to Zol at this point in time for, making this podcast possible.
Indeed. Yeah. So when I move out, are they gonna give me my own or what? What's gonna happen?
Phil, talk about them, man. I don't know. And give me a reason to sell the dream.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm having a meeting with them tomorrow. I'm just gonna
They're
try.
having a meeting today.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try get.
You should play this for them. Man.
I will. Anyway.
Yeah.
I think the basis really of our of this podcast and the website is the Zimbabwean music industry.
Well, we're thinking global. There. When I started, I wanted SADC in East Africa.
Yeah. But I mean, because we're Zimbabwean, we have the access to Zimbabwean music. We also want to spread out to South Africa and surrounding
I'll
areas.
have you know I'm African. Okay.
But I just wanted to mention that there's been a few developments in the Zimbabwean music industry.
Developments, you mean?
Some developments. One thing that I'm very excited about, and I think Zimbabwe lacks sorely, is music videos. And the past couple of months, we've seen some really high profile music videos that have come out with good responses. So I'm very
obviously
happy.
Mukoko is running away with it. Funny enough,
Half a million views.
As much as we are kind of excited about the numbers Mukoko's doing, Ja Praiser does that almost every video.
Yeah. It's weird. Mukoko right now, which is what we say the biggest song of this year or whatever. I've heard people talking about that. It's sitting on I think it's last I checked, just under 500,000 views. That's average Ja Praiser views.
Yeah. That's just like,
Yeah. So, I mean, but 500,000 it's a huge number for Zim.
Yeah, it is.
So, shout out to Mukoko. But that's not all that's come out in recent months. In fact, I think last month we had the Queen Vee and Soldier Love video.
Of course, Queen Vee, a very politically inspired, very thought-provoking video where she delved deep into the topic.
The bread and butter issues, really.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some aside that us people don't really consider. How do vegetable vendors attract men, one, and two, pay the bills? Queen Vee.
Thank you for tackling that issue for us.
Yes.
If you haven't seen the video, you can find it on the Two Broke Twimbos website.
What I found funny about the yin and yang, if you will, of that. She released the video where she plays a vegetable vendor on the main streets of Joburg. Then just less than a week later, she unveils her brand new G63 wagon, AMG, which she was stunting hard on us.
What I would give to be in the passenger seat of that car, man.
Yeah, and okay, let me not put him on blast again, because I met him at the Zimas and he just gave me an awkward look, like, oh, these are the guys that were talking funny about me.
Okay. Anyway,
these guys think they're funny, because I'm pretty sure you listen to the interview. And it's like, oh, these guys think they're funny. Yeah? Oh, okay.
No, but I was quite impressed with the video. I when I first heard the song, I said, like, when I heard it, there was a bunch of us. I heard the song. I was like, listen, this song is going to be a hit. And some people were like, no, it's just, you know what? And I was like, no, trust me, the song's going to be. And yeah, I mean, it went to number 1 on, I think, all the stations.
That's dope. Well, shout out to Queen Vee. She's really been playing. She's really been working hard.
How did you get Soldier Love to look so swaggy?
Yo, man, night and day. Well, it's not really her. It's studio space. It's called fixing it in post. You fix it in post.
Yeah, man, but Soldier Love was looking like, I don't know, like he's some next level swagged up celebrity.
But the funny thing is, like, if you see Soldier Love in person, he's actually quite swag. He's got some style. Like, he's always got his hat. He's got like the braids with the beads and stuff. He's always very well dressed. I remember I told you that story when we were all on the same plane, and that time there was a time we discussed this.
Yeah, you told me.
When they were literally like, if that plane had gone down, the Zimbabwean music industry would not have recovered, and I would have been like a little blip on the bottom of that obituary. Ja Praiser, Soldier Love, Victor Kadengo, sorry, Simba Tags, the whole of Body Slam Records, Killer T, Shinzo Man.
Yeah, that would have been disastrous. Plane crash. That would have been disastrous.
Judgment Yard. Everyone was on that flight.
Anyway, dope video. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out, because Soldier Love actually looks swaggy. Like I was even like, damn, man. Like, and if you compare it to his previous video, Magetsi, which I mean is entertaining in its own right. Yeah,
incredible special effects. I love the effects on this one. I love the effects on Magetsi. Speaking of videos, Gonzi, yo, what a video!
Zenu boys.
Yeah, it's lit. That's all I can say. That video is lit.
No. John, let me tell you about T-Gonz. T-Gonz had this breakout hit with Zenu. It won the Hip Hop Awards Song of the Year. It went high up in many charts. It got a lot of play on radio. A lot of people, in fact, I remember the whole Don Jazzy workshop. Mm-hmm. I introduced one of the ladies to, this is T-Gonz, and she was just like, okay. And I was like, oh no, he's the one who did the song Zenu. Oh my God, Zenu, you did Zenu. You know, and like you could even see, he was not even used to like being recognized, whatever. And one thing I appreciate about T-Gonz is he's so open to suggestions. He's like, dude, I don't know what to do. Tell me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I appreciate that. But I've got a couple of issues with this video. He's just released the video for Zenu. One, it's too late. You should release that video when the song was popping a year ago.
Well, in fact, there's something I wanted to discuss with you, because you guys are talking about it with Mr. Cameron and PD. But carry on.
Yeah. Two, T-Gonz is an unknown name. He obviously had a restricted budget. But because he'd managed to get this breakout hit, which even has a remix with big names on it, I feel he should have done a video for the remix. Or if not that, at least get a bunch of cameo appearances from all these big artists that you've now had the ear of. and just get them to do cameo appearances in your video. And whatever it is, just to get people to watch it, just to get people to see and hear the song, just every little gimmick. And he didn't. It's really just him and his crew just doing the video. And because the hype of the song is done now, no one's going to look for the song. And I don't think it's, anyway, I don't know.
My query to you is T Gonz actually earning money? Off Genu, how much do you think he was making?
I doubt he's earning anything, to be honest.
There's the issue right there.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, you got a low budget. You're making the same video he made. Okay, maybe he had beef with Stana, but I don't know. I think they've patched it up. I don't know. Holla at Stana, who you had on the remix. Holla at people whose names are known. Holla at all the hip-hop artists, bro, because trust, they've heard your song. And I doubt they would refuse to just appear in your video. Holla at all the radio DJs, for example, because then if I won't do it because I don't want to appear in music videos as a general rule. But say I did. Okay, if I appeared in his video, man, I would tweet about it. I'd Facebook it. I'd Instagram it. Yo, I was in a hip hop video. Holla at everyone who will know your song and who has been part of the movement. Man, just have cameos. That I feel like that would have helped. But anyway,
yeah, and that's the biggest issue with Zim right now is dudes aren't making money. If Queen Vee wasn't rolling in the dough, there's no way we'd get the stuff we get from Queen Vee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The majority of artists, unless you've crossed that threshold, which is the Jar Praiser, Winky D, to a certain extent, Killer T and them. But even, think about it, Killer T, Juru Manya still doesn't have a video.
Yeah, no, Killer T is making money compared to, because I think Killer T used to be a Windy. So, I mean, obviously he's making money as compared to that, but he's not really rolling in it.
And that's the thing. There's just so many issues. Like, artists need education. That's why the Don Jazzy
workshop
was beneficial in that at least it showed artists a side and it gave them at least some idea of what to work to and some points to work on. Like when you release a song, you want to work to this point and then this point and then this point. Because right now it's literally guys just release a song, throw it on data file, lost whatever it is, and they think they're done. When there's so much work that needs to be done.
I think the one thing I learned, or the one thing that I'd push for artists is the video thing, man. Man, it's 2016. It's the year of rich media, bruh. Everyone is trying to watch. So if you're gonna if you're gonna release an album, at least one song should have a dope video. And I know budgets are tight, and I know money is tight, and whatever, but you can't afford not to. So I don't know. Anyway, get a video out. Shout out to Nadia Nakai, who also just released a video for Money Back, featuring appearances from Casper Your Vest, Casper Your Vest's phone, and various Casper Your Vest.
Casper Your Vest Bentley?
Yes, the Casper Your Vest Bentley as well. Yeah, so I mean, I like to see Zimbabweans and Zimbabwean associates.
Yeah, we really need to stop claiming her because it's a very light.
She says it. I mean, if she's happy to.
Oh, she says her mom's Zimbabwean, and that's what
she went to school here. So I mean, anyway. Yeah, more videos. What else is there been going on?
Oh, there's that Dice video.
Oh yeah, there's the Dice featuring Calvin.
Struggle Boss.
Dice. If you don't know Dice, I used to know her as Dicey. I don't know if she's changed her name or maybe I knew her wrong. She did that song with Rocky back in the day. If that sounds familiar at all, because even as I sang it, it didn't sound familiar. Anyway, yeah, no, she used to put a song out with Calvin. It's called Rad. It has a very dark seeming video, which is actually kind of dope. I appreciated the video. Yeah. And what else is going on in the music industry? Calvin and Junior Brown have made up.
Well, in retrospect, it really wasn't a beef.
It got physical, dude. No, as in someone got slapped.
Who?
In public.
Who got slapped in public?
Who do you think would have gotten slapped between Calvin and Junior Brown?
James got slapped?
Basically, yeah, Calvin got. Anyway, look.
But it's Junior Brown. Junior Brown just dishes out the stories I could tell. No, but let me not.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's good to see they got back together, and then the remix to Amen has come out. So yeah,
it was good. I like Silent killed it on that remix. I can't say.
Man, the guitar in that thing, man. Damn.
Yeah, shut it down.
And then MMT is back.
Oh joy!
Funny story. I actually happened to be at Zoll, who have their new package, the $29 Fibronics Lite package. I happened to be at their offices, and I bumped into none other than MC Cut and Tate the MC.
Well, they're probably seeing. He's just based on his name. Jesus. The manager. Jeez, I'm spacing on his name. But anyway, the manager for MMT works at Zoll. Yes.
Oh, really? Anyway, but I mean, the last I'd heard about Tate was that he was in rehab. Then that I don't
rehab.
I don't mean the label, the music label. I mean an actual.
I heard Tate was farming. That's what I heard.
Anyway, yeah. So he speaks about it in his song. He actually raps, saying, "I had a nervous breakdown, something about not being able to think straight, and how he's had to take medicinal, not official." But, medicinal steps to correct the issue. So I thought, yeah, that's dope. Funny. Now, the thing with MMT is they've never been the most, intricate rappers with the most, in-depth bars that speak to it. No, but they always had these, like, very relevant stuff that's going on, bars. Mariachi has a couple of lines in there that will make you raise your eyebrow. For example, he speaks about... horses and a certain public figure. And, they throw out references to things that are actually going on. And that's, I always thought that's dope. He talks about Miss Zim's nudes. Yeah, it was.
You have so much to say. I mean, like, you just.
I don't, because it's not officially out. So I don't want to. Anyway, the song.
So, wait, we're basically giving them free promo right now. They should pay us.
What do you mean? It's an artist. That's what we're doing. We're talking about music.
But it hasn't come out yet. So, this is like a pre-order type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, look out for that brand new MMT, which will be out soon. I don't know when exactly. Maybe by now it's already up, but from the last I checked, they hadn't released it yet. But yeah, I think that's good news. It's been, 2 years? New MMT. Yeah.
Woohoo! I think that's pretty much it, eh?
I told you part of MMT once threatened me.
Really?
Yeah, I was told that, listen, if we see you in the streets, just,
What did you do?
Nothing. They thought that I was part of the movement that was fanning the beef between them and Few Kings.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I literally got a call from one of MMT, and they basically said, I heard you said this to Junior Brown. I don't know why you're trying to start beef. I was like, dog, I have no idea what you're talking about. And then I got a call from Junior Brown time saying, yo, I heard you were getting threatened. I was like, what is going on? What is this? So anyway.
I'd love to see Dan in a rap beef. That would be hilarious.
I would run screaming. Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
So yeah, no, I'm glad that no one has beef with anyone anymore. We all cool. Shout out to MMT. Shout out to Few Kings, if that thing still exists.
Nah, I don't think so.
Very loosely associated group.
It's more like a collective, It's like a workers' union, so to speak.
What else, Phil? Anything on your mind recently? I mean,
no, not much. It's just back in Zim. It's just it's been an adjustment coming back here. It's quite depressing. This country of ours that is falling at the seams. It's just oh God, it's depressing. I don't know how people out there are surviving, but I'm doing it on a strict diet of chocolate and sleep. That's how I'm coping.
you have chocolate?
Not anymore.
Well, anyway, it's tough. It's tough, eh? But, thankfully bond notes are coming to save us.
Oh, yo, joy. Oh, joy. Oh, gosh.
The name's Bond.
James Bond.
Bond notes.
The thing that killed me is that when they announced the bond notes, the bank charges went up. So I'm using my Zim card in SA. The fees are ridiculous. It literally cost me. I took an Uber. I got charged double what the Uber cost by the bank just to process that transaction.
I went to the bank to try and withdraw the sparse funds that are in my account.
There's no $3 withdrawals, eh?
No, it basically just told me we have rands.
And the rate is bananas. That's another mistake I made. I came back with the rands, and they literally just bent me over a barrel. And I'm like, oh, really? Bring those rands here.
Yeah. Anyway, stay strong, guys. Just know that I'm actually quite happy because it means everyone else is now down to the level of suffering that I'm on. So I'm not, I'm not alone.
Now we can actually invite women to our home. And when they open the fridge, they're like, oh, guys, I understand.
Me too. I have nothing in there.
Literally, our fridge is like a room divider now. That's really what it is.
Yeah. I saw some onion skins in there.
Did you eat them?
Not yet. I'm saving them for later.
No, I'm calling dibs.
I saw a tub of margarine from 2013.
Yes, all good old Storky.
Storky's still there.
Yeah,
it's now green, huh?
No, of course. It's like cheese.
Yeah,
it's fermenting.
So I mean, it's it's not embarrassing anymore. It's like I know you are struggling too, so you can't laugh at me.
That's pretty much what it is. Dad and I are now sharing a shower because to save water. So it's tough.
I think we can. I just want to say, I think we can safely put the new MMT song at the end of this podcast. We'll just do it.
And we're like, exclusive!
I think it's fine.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, you wanna bring the beef back? Is that what
No. I mean, because it won't be ideal for downloading. So it's just good for hyping their song,
I mean, we're basically promoting them. So guys, Mr. Taya, Mr. Kat, Mr. Mariachi, you owe us monies.
Yeah. All right. I think that's pretty much us. It's been fun. By the way, besides the usual channels that you can find us on, the YouTubes, the Facebooks, and the Twitters, where you look for Two Broke Twimbos, the SoundClouds, and basically the website, twobrokeTwimbos.com, you now have an added alternative, which gives you access to other content. Viber. We are part of the Viber public chat. We've reached 1,000 followers, actually. So
have we?
Well, almost. It was close enough when I last checked.
Yeah. We need to be active in there. We need to say.
Yeah. So we're gonna have like other content.
Let me post this right now. This will be good content. Hold on. Let me make a video. This is like Inception. So it's a video.
No, I don't want people to see what we. No, Phil. What? Okay, fine.
So yeah, if you guys are listening on the podcast, this is the video we're making. Okay, no, that's a photo. Jeez. Oh, sorry. Just hold on. There we go.
It's Two Broke Twimbos. We've just been recording the latest episode.
You gotta start again. It wasn't recorded. No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's Two Broke Twimbos. We've just been recording the latest episode. So that's gonna be available soon. You get to have a sneak peek of the squalor in which we're recording.
This is our studio. As you guys can see, this is top of the line technology. There's a plate that Dan was eating from earlier. There's our curtains. Look at this brown. It's a very rich fabric. And this is what we do, guys. This is where the magic happens. In this small room, on this sturdy mic stand. So yes, guys, if you're following us on Viber, follow us on everything else, and vice versa.
Yeah, so that video is going to be up on Viber, and we're going to have a couple of like mini interviews, etc., on the Viber public chat. It's not too much stress on your time. All you have to do is just have Viber, go to public chats, and follow Two Broke Twimbos. Whenever you want to check it out, you can check it out. And if there's new stuff that you like, it's right there. There's no pressure on you. So that's
no
dope.
pressure, and that's why I love you, love you.
So that's it, I think.
Nah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Next week we'll be back with some more interviews, more content, as we continue to grow in becoming. No, we already are, but we want to solidify our position as number one.
So till next week, goodbye.
Zip it up and zip it out.
We broke.
You know, I be in the club on all kinds of turns, man. Like, I don't even know, like, shot. Tongo tenga drink, remix the nigga do. The button in my head, I could take my name was solo. Busy for the head, you know them girls gon' follow. I'm living for the day, give up. Goodbye tomorrow, I'm screaming, hell, hell, hell.
Yeah.
Hell, 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 hell.
Yeah.
Hell, hell, I'm screaming, hell, hell, hell. Hell,
Kuna drought, it's in my watch, kana mudenga, making it rain. Bring me the goose to the table, my bodoro tiri kutenga. Tin my pizza, nenge Ruvheneko. This take a tickle beja. And they already know that we back, my funny up better. Been away for a minute, back to handling business. Gave you niggas a shot, but more than my no show can go whiz kid. Private lounge going down, she tip it on my sisters. Happy hour every round, drinking like it's Christmas. Higher sound singing out a lunch, nasi bawa rikupira. Sema viri kumusanzi guaranteed. Teaching it to sema nuda missing Zimbabwe. Shake my low, but I'm leaving this with Dory in the lobby.
Don't go tenga drink, but it makes the nigga do. Husband in my head, I could take my name was solo. Busy for the head, you know them girls gon' follow. Living for the day, give up. Goodbye tomorrow, I'm screaming, hell, hell, hell. Hell, hell, hell.
That Mary Jane, I told that. Got somebody bay in line for a blowback. I can't say we back though, cause we been here. No brown, but O-double-M-T been clear. Did with hip hop, but you know the homie rock. And fine ain't to no subject when I'm in that emerald. The come time I break down in my anxiety attack. That's why I puff indica, meditate and relax. I'll be somewhere far, chillin' like a freeze. Only stress I have is picking muesli or some weed. Shout out to every rapper, got my book and took a page. Cause now I'm fitness smasher, fashionista like that fade. It's like we spittin' codeine, how niggas stuck. And you can suck on these, cause I voted these nuts. I said it on my first tape, do not make me mad. I have these boys flexing, now watch me make them. Damn.
Como bob, but I'm gonna do that. Spin on cash, need a gas, and I'm gonna do that. Need a good, need a boko. My baby bang is my coco. And nobody turn them coco. And I hope one day coco. Niggas say they hot, but I really don't get it. Digging in the bag, but I really won't spit it. One under them bound, did you put that in a bag? I bought a single like that same day. 3 talk a chain that chaser. Kinda need the bag that nicer. For the mula, how far best? Not don't ball no nicer. And I could did that noise, gonna go with the rank. And I couldn't suck my shame, get mad in my back. Has did it nice, but not like this. I push upper 6, my upper 6. My ex chick, man, she don't exist. My base, don't go think I drink, but it makes the nigga do. Bad one in my head, I could take my name was solo. Busy for the head, you know them girls gon' follow. Living for the day, give up. Goodbye tomorrow, I'm screaming, hell, hell, hell. Hell, hell, hell. I'm screaming, hell, hell, hey, hell, hey, hey, I'm screaming. Thinking of a bone, they just want to zoom. Thinking of a baby, I don't want to zoom. VIP, the double, I'm gonna need her. Thinking of a bone, they just want to zoom. Nookie. Rehab. Is that MMT?